Hello there, I'm Alan. Got my guy on, so this indicates I'm drinking, at least for now, what that indicates is I'm drinking another birthday tea. This is actually claimed to be from 1987 specifically. So, definitely had to get that, the year of my birth. So, here's the leaf here. What this is it's a Liu Bao. I've never had a Liu Bao. This is my first one. So the leaf of this, it actually has kind of a bluish tint to it, which is interesting, like a bluish gray. It looks kind of curled or rolled. So I don't know if it's rolled or if it's just twisted, or I just don't know too much about Liu Bao and the processing. This is from Camellia Sinensis. It's their Liu Bao Shen Xiang. And Shen Xiang, I found two definitions. I couldn't tell if Shen Xiang meant ginseng, or if I saw a potential candidate that also meant the fragrance of age. So, anyway, so we're gonna have this. One thing that's intriguing is they only recommend for leaf to water ratio 2 grams per 100 ml, which I have like this spidey sense that's saying that's not very much. But a culinary background, you always trust the recipe first and then you edit after you've done it their way. And if it's perfect, it's perfect. Then if not, then you change up the recipe after. But so I've got 3 grams of Liu Bao here for my 120 ml Gaiwan. And they don't mention needing a rinse or anything. So we'll just trust what they have to say. So they recommend 30 seconds for the first steep at 95 degrees Celsius. So, and didn't mention a rinse. We'll get that on there. Nice thing price-wise, so being 1987, I found a cake that was $45,000, and luckily this was nowhere close to that. This was only 59 cents a gram. Much more affordable. 16.73 cents an ounce. So today's session only cost $1.77, which very affordable for especially if I'm only drinking this once a year. Okay, so let's see the aroma of this. Okay. Woody, almost like pine needles is what it's reminding me. And then it's starting to interesting. So as it's cooling, some different aromas are coming out. So maybe I'll cool it off a little bit. Some tart aromas are starting to come out. That's interesting. Almost like tart cherries. Okay, let's keep this hot. As I was researching just to get the stats and things, so the Liu Bao, I guess, is a precursor to a cooked pu'er. Little flies coming around. So I guess that means maybe they pile it up and ferment it. I haven't dived too deep into it. I just saw that it's a precursor to cooked pu'er. It is in the Heicha family of teas. Here is the liquor. That 30 seconds brought out some nice red. I would dare say that is a red color. It's very clear, transparent. Not cloudy, so I guess it didn't need a rinse if the intention of a rinse is to kind of clean it. It already looks really clean. Okay, this is 95, so I'm gonna cool it a little bit. Toss it back and forth. All right, let's see. Cheers. There's woodiness that I'm picking up. There's sweetness, some sugar sweetness. And the sweetness comes after I swallow. So it's like this lingering. I'm trying to pick up any other notes. I'm gonna change and stay, instead of sugar sweetness, it's more of the alternative sugars. Crap. Mind blank. It'll come back to me. But one of those, I'll think of it later. Oh, I forgot to keep that hot there. They only mentioned 3 steeps, so we'll see. I will say that that especially given this was 30 seconds, that it was underwhelming flavor-wise. I think it needs a higher leaf to water ratio than just 2 grams per 100 ml. That seems really low. I would almost, as inexperienced as I am, I would say that I would have expected at least 5 grams per 100 ml. Okay. So then they said for steep 2, add 15 seconds, so we'll do 45. We'll see what comes out. Okay. The cultivar is Qun Ti Zhong. And this is from Guangxi or Guangxi, China. About 400 meters for the elevation. We're at 30 there. Periodically, you might hear that buzzing that comes on. My apartment's across everybody's garages, so as people come and go, you get that all day, night long. That's a lot of dark color. Yeah, let's do the aroma. Woodiness still. I almost want to say there's like a peppery note. But it's hard to pick up. I'm getting some kind of a spice. Maybe that's the ginseng. I don't know. I don't think I've ever had ginseng to be able to know what that tastes like. Let's keep this hot. And I'll actually put that on. Steep 2. Okay, very dark color. Very dark reddish. I would say red more than brown. Get that all combined. Cool it off a little bit. Sativa sugar. That's what I was thinking of. So it's got kind of that interesting, I dare say, metallic, chemically sweetness in it. Maybe that's minerality. I don't know. Which, on another note, as I'm trying to pick, so they'll claim that things have a lot of minerality, and I've just not been able to identify it. And I wonder if it's because I'm up in the mountains in Utah, my water is mineral. So I'm just used to it and I don't identify it. So that will be something I'll have to explore. Different waters, maybe I'll get some, I don't know how I would experiment with different water, but I'll see if that's why I can't pick up the minerality, is because my water already has that. But anyway, cheers. There is a definite sweetness after I swallow it. Whatever is coating the roof of my mouth, my tongue, lick my teeth, there's a sweetness into it. Ugh. I'm gonna dare say this needs more leaf. It's bland. It needs more punch. There's nothing offensive in it. It's just bland. All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna get more leaf. We're gonna do this again. So, I'll be back. We'll see you in a second. All right, I'm back. So I doubled it. I've got 6 grams. So I guess not doubled. Well, yeah. So I'm gonna do 5 grams per 100 mil. I've got 6 grams because this is 120 mil Gaiwan. So it doubled what I had, the 3 grams. So we will double that. Okay, the water's hot. I'm gonna reset this back to 1. Here's the cooked leaf. I will still use this. I'll just brew these sessions at 6 and then I'll throw it in later and kind of finish them off. But it's got this kind of a chocolatey brown. There's also some red in it. It's a very beautiful looking leaf. There's some stems in there. So anyway, all right. I'm gonna adjust and I'm gonna try just doing 15-second steeps just to see. Since I doubled the amount of leaf, I'm gonna half the amount of time and we'll see what this is like. So, oh crap, I didn't think about that. Gotta get these lit. I need the lid. Okay, let's get it in here. Okay. Ended up being 20 seconds instead of 15, but whatever. It's about the same amount of color as the first steep from the first time, with 30, with half the grams but double the amount of time. Okay, a lot more aroma. Still just some of the woodiness. I'll see if what cooling down, if it still brings out the tart fruit notes. Still an interesting, like a spice coming out. Maybe that's ginseng. I'll have to try to track some down. Go to an Asian market, see if I can find some ginseng and pick up that note. But there is a tangy, fruity spiciness coming out. Okay, let's keep that up here. Okay, there's the color again. Gonna pause. I gotta do something real fast. Be back. All right, back. That was only like 3 or 4 seconds. So, yeah, let's cool this off a little bit. All right. Okay, steep 1. 6 grams of leaf in here. 15 seconds. Cheers. Okay, so I'd say that I'm at least getting the same experience I did with the first time. So I'm gonna double it. I'm gonna do 30 seconds for the second steep and see what difference that has. Okay, let's get that going. So steep 2. Do for 30 seconds. I think I've gone over all the stats. Let me just look at that. I have. Oh, very dark, beautiful color. All right. I'll show that in just a second. Okay. Yes. Just a lot more aroma. A lot more promising. Okay. Almost black, like a dark purple. Super dark, beautiful. I would dare say that is a purple color in there. Ooh, all right, let's see what steep 2 this way, what it brings out. Let's cool it. Cheers. Okay, much better. So I don't know why they recommended 2 grams per 100 mil. I did 5, and I'd say at least do 5. Let's see, what am I not getting? I'm not getting fishiness. I'm not getting bitterness. There's no astringent, sour puckering. What I am getting is sweet. There's a slight cooling effect. When I inhale, a distinct cooling evaporative effect. With subtle hints of chocolate, but very subtle. And I would dare say maybe milk on the milk chocolate end versus dark chocolate end. But very nice. Not what I would call earthy. It doesn't taste like dirt. It's more in the woody notes. I'm remembering I got pine towards the beginning. I don't think I'm tasting pine though. It's just on the dry leaf aroma. Okay, steep 3, let's do 45 seconds. And look at the leaf while we wait. It's big leaf. So that's how long it is. I'll see if I can uncurl it. It's only been steeped twice, so it might not cooperate, but looks to be rather large because they didn't disclose what leaf it was with the picking. So I don't know if there's any buds. There's definitely stems and big leaf. Another very dark brew. I would say that this is I would call it approachable. There's nothing in your face that's screaming at you, even with this amount of leaf. Look at that, just dark purple and black, almost to the extent of a coffee. Like that is just super dark. Very clear, very clean. Cool this off a bit. There's still lingering sweetness, especially when I run my tongue around my teeth. All right, cheers. All right, steep 3. I'm trying to find, like, I'm not getting, even though this is like a precursor to pu'er, it doesn't taste like a cooked pu'er. At least not what I'm used to. What limited I've had. I had like Tivana's pu'er and then Mayleaf's 1980 aged pu'er. Okay, now there's a little bit of action on the sides of my tongue, but just a little bit. Trying to see light chocolate notes. Let's smell the cup. Yeah, chocolatey. Okay. Steep 4. I recognize this as already a long movie, so I'm going to do steep 4 and determine how many more I'll do offline. So steep 4, let's do a minute. Let that get back up to temp. Okay. Still that lingering in aftertaste. But I would dare say this is an approachable intro tea. There's nothing standing out. Like I'm having to hunt for the flavor notes. So very approachable. Very, I dare I say balanced, because nothing is poking out and saying, look at me, look at me. So it's balanced sweetness, balanced woodiness. I'm still not picking up dirt. Nothing that's coming out to me as if it's like soil or compost, like a cooked pu'er does. Very nice aroma. There's like that fruity, but very mild, like dried, I dare say dried out fruit. So not just dried, but dried out dried fruit. Maybe prunes, like maybe. That back on here. Still that super dark purple color. I'm trying to see if I get any petrichor or wet soil, and I'm just not. That is not what's present. and I'm okay with that. I don't want to drink something and just have the thought, this tastes like dirt. Cheers. A distinct sweetness. Still no bitterness. Light woods. I don't know if I could even call it chocolatey anymore. Just because that bitterness, that dark boldness isn't present. Although it is present on the aroma, it's not too bold in the flavor. All right, so I'm gonna do a few more offline and I'll come back. I'll see how many I get. I would be surprised if I get much more than 7, but we'll see. So I'll be back. Welcome back. So this is steep 7. Did it for 6 minutes. And I would say about 7 steeps is all this can handle. One interesting note, flavor note that I was picking up was, as I was waiting for that last steep, some mushroomy, like meaty mushrooms started coming just in the aftertaste. So a very interesting combo to have this sweetness with this mushroominess. But it's very subtle, and I only taste it on the aftertaste, with the thing that's lingering. So, all right, let's taste the blend. So we'll have the encore, let all the steeps, all 7 of them sing together, and just beautiful red, purple, dark color in that. All right, cheers. Still sweetness, woodiness, an interesting spice note, which I'm going to assume because they brought it up is ginseng. It's very pleasant, even if underwhelming. It's pleasant. There's nothing offensive about it. It's very approachable, and since this is going to be something I'll have every year, just on my birthday, that the approach to this will be during the meditation, because some of at least what I've done in the past years with the monocle boss that I've had, is it's a very meditative, mindful experience. So what I would be bringing to this, and what it's bringing to me, is the fact that you don't have to stand out and like yell and be like, here I am, look at me, here's my skill or whatever. Sometimes it's okay to be centered and calm. And that's what this is. That I'm not getting anything rushy. I'm not getting anything that's punching me. There's nothing. It's just here, and it tastes good. It's sweet. It's very nice. And so that allows me to meditate on how I can be nice and present in life without screaming or yelling or, I don't know, just being there, being present. But anyway, this is Liu Bao, my first Liu Bao. I liked it, and I will enjoy drinking this every year until it runs out. Probably, so I bought 300 grams. If I do 500 grams, woo! If I do 5 or 6 grams a year, this should last me, hopefully, as long as I do. Should be about 60 years worth at that rate. So hopefully I can enjoy every last drop. But anyway, thanks for joining me. Hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.